Chris Reed joining us to answer questions you guys have for him. Chris, can you hear us on your end?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
All right, cool. All right, guys, Chris is here. No one's raised their hand just yet, so the floor is open for the first question.
Chris, this is Nick from WCNC, the MDC here. Welcome back. Can you just talk about how you guys played as a unit on Sunday, and also what was your experience like on the COVID list, if you don't mind sharing that with us?
Yeah. Sunday I thought was we played good as well as a team, and as an offensive unit, with guys coming in and the left side kind of being newer, I thought we played well together. There's obviously some things we need to fix. We're still working toward that, but overall I thought we did a good job. And as far as the COVID experience, it was different for me. It was at a weird time, and so near the end of camp, and I got caught with it, and it was physically, I had some symptoms and stuff like that, and I was isolated away from my wife, and that was probably the hardest part, is being isolated. And she's also pregnant at the time, so that was probably the biggest struggle for me, was the mental part of it, being away from football, being away from my family, and kind of the uncertainty with things. But luckily I'm healthy now, and I'm excited to get back to football.
Let's go to Joe Person and then David Newton.
Hey, Chris, good to see you. Just wondered, kind of going through the COVID experience, how did you kind of, you were trying to make the team. Of course, you were a guy who didn't get a lot of playing time last year. How did that factor into the whole deal with what you were dealing with?
It was because it was like the end of camp. So it was, and with this year being as it is, camp is everything. It's not, you don't have OTAs, you don't have preseason games. So I felt getting it, I felt like it really hurt my chances. Luckily, I feel like I had one of my best camps of my career. So, and that helped me. And, my eagerness to get better, and my eagerness to, get back to football really helped me as well, I feel like.
Hey, Chris, David Newton, ESPN.com. Staying on that theme a little bit, your wife, has she given birth yet, or kind of, and just what was that like? Did y'all talk FaceTime, or exactly how did you communicate, and where did you stay?
Yeah, so I stayed in the hotel next to the stadium, in a room, and couldn't leave the room. And my wife is 23 weeks pregnant. It's a baby girl, so we had to put that actually off until after I got out of the hotel. So, and it was a lot of FaceTime. We still got to talk and stuff. It was more, I think the moment that kind of gets me is when I found out I'd reconfirmed it positive. I had to go back and get stuff to go to the hotel, and she's standing in the back of the house. I can't hug her, can't do anything like that. And this is happening all over the U.S. And so that was probably the hardest part for me, is not being able to comfort her, because I know both of us were stressed out at the time, and we just didn't know what was going to happen. And I was fortunate enough to get past everything.
And I trust she never came down with it, because I guess it would be more dangerous with.
No, yeah, that was probably my number one priority, was and that rule, and the Panthers did an awesome job of getting her tested, and really taking care of it, and asking if we needed anything, and if she needed help, and they really did a good job. And she got tested twice, and both were negative.
Let's go to Elena and then Skylar.
Hey, Chris, Elena Getzenberg, Child Observer. Congratulations on your coming child, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I was wondering, you mentioned, and we heard a lot about this before all the COVID stuff, even how great of a camp you were having. And you just mentioned you thought it was, the best camp you've had. What went well this year for you? Why do you think it all clicked together?
I think part of it is this is my third team. And there's, from my end, I think there's a couple of things. I think, at this point in my career, I'm going into year 6, and I just really wanted to give it my all, and I really wanted to let go and just play the game and get rid of the anxiety I sometimes had with playing football. And if I'm going to make the team, if I'm not, I just went out and played. And I think that really did help me a lot. The other thing is the coaching staff and how the organization is right now. I really felt like I could be myself and really play the way that I play, and work within the system. The system's very good. The players are amazing. The offensive line is great. All our guys are so great, and we all get along very well. And I think that environment really did help facilitate me playing well.
Hey, Chris, Scott Cowan for Sports Illustrated. I guess from a conditioning standpoint, did you feel pretty good in that first game back? And was it any different prior to the last time you were out there at full speed?
Maybe a little less, but I mean, it was comparable to the last time I had played. So, they did a good job helping get me on a program and get me back into football safely. And I didn't feel much on Sunday.
Let's go to Jason Huber and then Miles Simmons.
Hey, Chris, Jason Huber with WFNZ. I'm wondering, especially, this past week, the offense had a lot of, struggles in the red zone and converting there. What, especially from an offensive line point of view, what did you guys see that maybe you guys can, work on to try to fix that issue and how you can kind of get that going moving forward?
I think giving Teddy enough time, and I thought we did well with that. Kind of getting into the run game. I think running down in the red zone is really on the offensive line. Really, we can't have mental errors and really sustaining those blocks and being very physical. I think that is something that we did well on, but can be improved upon in the red zone.
Hey, Chris, I'm curious about what you've been seeing from the Arizona Cardinals, specifically their defensive line and their defensive front as you start your preparations this week.
They're a good defense. They play well, they play very hard, and they make plays, and they're going to be a challenge for us. So I think that we expect a good, decent battle up front, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, time for one more, so let's go to Jonathan for the last question.
Hey, Chris. I'll echo Elena's sentiments. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you noticed? I know you all had the team meeting, and you told your story. Have you noticed a difference this week since the win? And do you think players feel closer now?
Yes. I thought it was a great idea, and we've obviously had only a handful of people get up and talk, but in that time, I really think it's helped bring people together and just kind of know more about our teammates, and and the want to go out and play for each other is a big thing. And I think it was a great idea by Ursula, and I honestly think it did work. And it is currently working, and I think we'll continue it, and it will bring our team closer together.
All right, guys, we got to let them go. Chris, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks, guys.